Pump swat down the middle. Caught at the goal line. Touchdown, Jacksonville!
The clock and counting, gonna air it out past the defense. Lone Star has it. They're gonna be into the end zone. Touchdown.
We begin our recap for week 2 in San Diego. Mavericks upset Florida last week, looking to make it a 2-0 start. This is Heath McDaniel Jr. for the Skyhawks, getting it inside the 10. It's going to be first and goal, Carolina. Later in the drive, Logan Jack, you have a touchdown run. He had 2 on the day. McDaniel finished with 142 yards. Carolina with a win over San Diego. 36-25 your final there. To Vancouver. Captain Canada, Tom Pepper, finds Kendra Hall. She's out of bounds at the 3. Hall had another monster game. 10 catches, 129 yards. Did not find the end zone, though. But guess who did find the end zone? Robert Redford. 3 rushing touchdowns, including that one up the middle. Vancouver wins 30-24. The home team has won every game in that series. Lone Star going across the pond. How hot are they right now? Ace Fennick finds Greg Soto, who beats the defense, and he is in for the touchdown. Greg Soto says, whatever zone I'm in, that's the red zone. Lone Stars 2-0, 31-27 your final across the pond in the UK. Florida and Portland. Charlie, the Bullet Boletsky, shoot me, gets down inside the 5. Boletsky would finish the game with 2 touchdowns. You swing those arms, young man. Later in the drive, Ron Cochran under center finds a wide open Veredin Zarkov. You got to cover that guy. Florida wins 33-21. The Fleet off to a dubious 0-2 start. To Buffalo, Mexico City, Queen City, Snow City. This is Judah Dorgan kicking a field goal for 49 yards in a blizzard. Spot is down, kick is up, it is good. Dorga would go 6 for 6 on the field goal, setting a new team record. One last try for Mexico City. That's BJ Loveless on the pick. Queen City evens their record 1-1, 32-22. Your final there. Sioux Falls at St. Louis. This is Jalen Wells spinning again, and running straight up the middle, 49 yards for a touchdown. 6 interceptions by the Sioux Falls defense, 4 for Jay Ringgold and 2 for AJ Levy, who also had a kick return touchdown. Sioux Falls prevails against St. Louis. Jalen Wells, my goodness, I can watch you spin all day, young man. Sparrows get their first win of the season. Baltimore, the champs, are going to Houston. This is Ivory Irvin with a magnificent leaping grab and still has the presence of mind to turn up field. He finished with 7 catches, 140 yards, and a touchdown. Didn't happen there, though. But Jimmy Hazard did get a touchdown, that is. Baltimore's off to a 2-0 start. 27-6 your final out of Texas. Tulsa at Las Vegas. Scojo, Scott Johnson, 4 touchdowns. There is no defense that could stop this guy right now. This run in the first half would make it 14-0. Tulsa later. Fumble. Be recovered by Las Vegas. They were in command the entire game, 45-20. Your final out of Nevada. And finally, DC at Fort Worth. Kickoff at the top of your screen, fumbled. DC is going to return this to inside the 10, despite the injury there. And then later in the drive, it's Lauren Percoco doing a dance on a TD. Fort Worth loses their second close game in as many weeks. And now into the big highlights. Atlanta hosting Arizona. Bryant Dynasty in the Max Protect package finds Boo Chisholm right on the goal line, and Chisholm is in for the touchdown. It's not at a 10 apiece. Chisholm would finish with 40 catches. 40 yards on 6 catches. My goodness, nobody's that busy. Except maybe BDG Hollywood, who makes a double spin move and almost gets loose around the right side. Until he is caught by the Hall of Famer Eddie Gage. We'll take another look at it. The defense is there, but Hollywood escapes. And it's Gage with a good pursuit angle to finally bring him down. Hollywood, 6 catches for 50 yards. To go with his 125 on the ground. Fourth quarter action now. Hollywood, spin, and he is gone. Eddie Gage, can you catch him? To the 20, the 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown. Hollywood's only touchdown of the evening, but it was a good one. Thank you very much. Sayonara. Eddie Gage, not exactly great sportsmanship there. Hollywood looking for his 10th season with 1,000 rushing yards or more, and this was career touchdown 149, all-purpose touchdown number 150, looming just over the horizon for this absolute veteran of a running back and future Hall of Famer himself. Hollywood again, around the right side this time, getting to plus territory. Gage has his number that time, bringing him down at the 42. BDG looked strong for most of this game, and a lot of that. First contact, no problem. Hollywood getting through this to the second level routinely. Sammy Steele now from 39 yards. This would make it a 10-point game. Spot is down, kick is up. The holder gets tackled, no call, but the kick is good, and it's a 10-point margin. Time running out for Arizona. Ashley Jackson going to DJ Moses. Moses with a spin move of his own. That's a first down there. Moses would finish with 88 yards and a touchdown and 8 catches for 44 yards. Jackson again under pressure. That is caught over the middle. That's TJ Punk. Punk would finish with 3 catches on the game. In Atlanta, there's Arizona looking to move. Cliff Allen for 51 yards. It's going to hit the crossbar and bounce in. That's good. Cliff Allen can't believe it. Here's a punt from Atlanta. That is blocked. And Arizona maybe back in business here. It's a 7-point game. They need a touchdown and the extra point just to tie, and they got just over 2 minutes to do it. Very next play. Ashley Jackson under pressure again. And that is intercepted. It's J Rock filling in for the injured Jay Miraculous. And J Rock comes up with a huge play to help his team, Atlanta, on their way to going 2-0. Take another look at it. Rock playing some outstanding coverage there on the receiver, brings it in. But Arizona would have one more chance. Jackson over the middle. It's Chris Henry this time. His 4th interception in 2 games. And Atlanta hangs on. 20-13 your final out of Georgia. Our very own Chad Rowland caught up with Siege Falco from Atlanta after the game.
I know it's always even being up by 10 in the second in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left. I wasn't comfortable. You know, those guys can score at any time. There could be an interception or a fumble. I mean, you don't know what APF is going to throw at you. And you know, we were lucky enough to have some really flashy plays and on defense with J Rock after our cornerback 1 went down with Jay Miraculous. And it just really having that second-year guy step up, and then having, you know, Don Fletcher, the rookie behind him, it just really helped us count on that defense and then reliably keep things going on offense, because we knew that we could, you know, if we got 3 and outed or we couldn't make that first down, that we could depend on them. So.
Perfect. All right, man. Well, good luck to you for the rest of the season. Thanks for jumping in here, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Siege. Time to bring you some SFL game sound where we deliver the original audio from our featured matchup. Here we have Jacksonville at Charleston. The Kings looking to go 2-0. Tyler Falk and Eddie Gage on the call.
Wide receivers on 2nd and long. Drew to throw. Pressure coming again. Sacked again. The Kings come home again. Taquan Hale from his defensive end spot. And it's a loss of 7 again.
Yeah, you want to try to capitalize on turnovers, but both of these defenses are playing pretty good. Look at this punt.
Charleston bounds. The hands team can't corral it in time, and it does find its way to the end zone for a touchback. Hill alone in the gun, looks to throw. Far side into coverage, and he's lost. Shea Carroll with the unbelievable grab.
Shea Carroll catches the ball at his highest point, despite being bumped by the defender, is able to keep his focus.
That tally. In the gun alone again. He's going to look over the middle. That is caught for first down yardage and about 4 more. Gain of about 14 here for the Kings as Grayson Willis is able to haul in that reception. Dunhill to throw. Near side, that is caught and somehow gets his foot down. An excellent catch from Grayson Willis. All the calls today, 2 offsides calls and a third from Chris Joseph. He's now had 3, but Willis doesn't care. He's going to spin into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Jared Willis finding the end zone to tie the game at 20. The penalty would be declined. Greg Gaines would come up with an interception, his second of the game, to ice the affair. Kings are 2-0. Coming up after the break, Mike Ryan and the Revs make a trip to Mile High. Can Louisiana start the season 2-0? You'll find out after this. And this is why you salt your sidewalks. More Crunch Time coming up. Ooh.
Saturday, January 29th on Next Level Sports. The Simulation Football League is back with 4 unbeatens you just can't miss. Football ain't just for men. Kendra Hall leads the league in receiving yards and leads Vancouver into battle against the Kings and receiver Kingston Ellington, whose heroics helped Jacksonville to 2 straight road wins. 2-0 DC faces 2-0 Lone Star in the nightcap. This is the Fans League, where the fans are the stars of the show. Coverage starts at 6 p.m. Eastern, only on Next Level Sports.
Welcome back to Crunch Time. Louisiana going to Denver. Nightwings lost a close game last week to Atlanta. Otis Boudreaux from 36. Money in the bank. Louisiana pulls within 4. In the third quarter now, Mike Ryan comes with the interception of Eric Price. Price had 5 INTs in the game. Mike Ryan so close to the goal line, down to the 2. Finally corralled. Who says offensive players can't tackle? Mike Ryan had 3 interceptions on the day. Take another look. Right in the breadbasket. Spin move. Not bad for a defensive back. To the 20, the 10. Not quite. Missed it by that much. On the ensuing drive, though, Colin Hart. He's been pretty fantastic. Louisiana takes the lead. You see the fullback paving the way. Cameron Collier rolling out the red carpet for his halfback. Denver's ensuing possession. Eric Price throwing over the middle. That's a completion. Mike Ryan putting the hurt on. Price again this time, looking for Quintero over the middle. That's a completion. Denver now within field goal range. A chance to tie it up. Price to R.E. Mills. And Mills is going to butt heads to get into the red zone. Denver not going to settle for 3. They're looking for 7. R.E. Mills again, this time over the middle. First and goal down at the 3. And then Bailey O'Shaughnessy on the floater. Denver would never look back. 31-17 your final. Chad Rowland caught up with Adam Weisman after the game.
Want to talk about this game today. I mean, 31-17, a big win against Louisiana. Talk about your guys' performance.
Yeah, I thought, on all cylinders, we were kind of clicking today. After a poor week 1 where we lost a tough one to Atlanta, it was good to see us come out and bounce back here against Louisiana this week and really kind of put it all together with a couple mistakes, but otherwise a pretty all-around good game.
Yeah, and you talked about the mistakes. I mean, Price, threw 5 picks, but he was still efficient, 31-39. Talk about Jeremy Mosley, too. I mean, this was kind of like a game that he kind of balled out in. 8 catches for 98 yards and a tutty.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what else Mosley can do the rest of this season. I think this could be a big breakout year for him. And he really showed it today with, the 98 yards, the couple nice spin moves where I didn't teach him that. I don't know where he learned those from.
Yeah.
And, I think, having him as another weapon in this offense is just going to be huge for us going for the rest of the season.
Nice. All right. Well, good luck to you the rest of the season and go get warm. All right.
All right. You too. Thanks.
All right. Back to you, Josh.
All right, joining us once again, a guy who has his ear to the rail of the SFL better than maybe anybody else, Ross Napoli, editor of Swamp Talk. Ross, great to have you back. I want to ask you about I don't want to say cryptic response on Discord, but Vancouver said they are anticipating a midseason release of, I want to get this right, a midseason opening at defensive back. I think it's always newsworthy when teams make transactions in the middle of the season, but I've never seen a team telegraph a move like this. Ross, what do you know about it?
Well, speaking with some people around the situation and with some people in the building over in Vancouver, this is something that they have had contact with the player. And there is just some, real life issues going on which is kind of preventing the stay with the team there. So they did know this prior to, I guess, the season, but after the contract signing. So it is somebody that they did have contact with, so they kind of knew that this was going to be going on. So it seems that over in Vancouver, they are prepping for that defensive back role to become open. The second progression will be missed this week, the deadline this evening as we record. So the replacement, I guess, could come anywhere as early as next week or any week after.
Well, life happens to all of us. And whoever the player is, we're not going to out them here, obviously. We wish them the best of luck going forward. Lone Star, if we could just change gears here, off to a 2-0 start. They just went across the pond to beat London. This is a team that has surprised a lot of people. And then you have other folks like Dave Axis that said, we were this good last year. We just had unfortunate results in some close games, and we also had some off-the-field issues as well. Dave's well-documented issue especially. Where do you fall on this, Ross? And how do some other folks around the league feel about Lone Star?
When it comes to some other front offices, it was really split down the middle. I was surprised. You have people on the side of it's very hard to retain your entire roster, which Lone Star did, added a high-quality minor league player in Bogey Barr. So that's going to kind of be another addition, and they'll take the next step forward. Got a couple of teams who, like me, are on the fence, like got to see where they fall. And then there's other teams out there that just, plain say, like, hey, listen, I think both games were lucky. And, not that they feel that Lone Star will finish with the first or second pick in the draft, but they do think they're going to be on the outside looking in when it comes to the playoff.
I understand you've got some news on Jimmy Hazard. I'm not sure how else to set that up.
Yeah, this was one that kind of came out of the blue week one, right? That Jimmy had missed a progression. And as we sit here this evening, he has not progressed for week two. I've reached out to Jimmy, and I had asked him, if everything was okay. I did not get a response. So I reached out to people that know Jimmy, and I've reached out to people in the building over in Baltimore to kind of see. And what I'm getting is this. There has been no contact with Jimmy. So he is kind of MIA right now. So I believe that the stance from Baltimore is going to be that obviously of his value, they're not going to be releasing Jimmy Hazard because you don't have a better option on the open market. But until they hear from him, they're not expecting a progression. But being a high-valued guy, I believe he's going to stay on that roster at least for this season. And from what it sounds like, they're going to be looking for another running back come the off-season. Like I said, I did reach out to some people that know Jimmy. I have been able to get in touch with them just to make sure that the guy was all right. I've had contact with Jimmy in the past through the newspaper. Wanted to make sure that just, hey, in real life, things are okay. They have confirmed that Jimmy is okay. So I don't know if it's just something with the league or just not, time. But, of course, the individual himself is okay, and that was the most important thing.
Ross, thank you very much. Just getting started here on Crunch Time. Coming up, we find out who the best Johnson in the SFL is. Here's a hint. He might be in Las Vegas right now. And also coming up, Mike St. Green, like you've never seen it before. Sprinkle that salt. Yes, sir. Fantastic. Tulsa hitting the strip to play Las Vegas. Joseph Green. It's a 7-out. King Rashid is going to run this all the way back. Tulsa pulls within 7 late in the first quarter. Take another look at it. That is some outstanding coverage. And that's like 70 yards. Nobody in the vicinity. King Rashid doing a little offense for the Desperados. Tulsa with the ball this time. And that's Corey Jones. To the left now, Sansa Robinson. Tulsa putting a little bit of a drive together here. Wood stall out. Brooke Beisel, 32 yards. Spot is down, kick is up. That is good. Tulsa pulls within 4. It's 14-10. Vegas would answer. One-handed grab over the middle. That's good for a first down. And then here he goes, Scott Johnson. His 3rd touchdown of the first half. He would finish with 4. Vegas, there's another one right there. Vegas, 45-20. Time to bring you some SFL game sound where we deliver original audio from our featured matchup. DC visiting Fort Worth. Toro's looking to bounce back after a close loss last week. Andy Hamilton and Gerald Giudice on the call.
Fort Worth, 23-24 with an extra point on the way. On 3rd down efficiency. Here is the play. Synergy fires. Caught! Left side, first down! Oh, and it's the first catch of the game for Kyle Storm. Synergy, he's completed 86% tonight. Throwing for the 30th time, and that one is caught on the sideline! Inbounds! The catch is made at 36 seconds left. 17 of 20 in his career, 85%. He's only missed 3. This kick up and on the way, and it is good from 33 yards to give the DC Dragons the lead with 23 seconds left. 28. We'll see what her range might be. 4 wide for Reno. Fires across the middle. Steven Hacker caught inside the 40 down to the 37. They gotta hurry. What are you doing?
Clock's running down. What are you doing? They gotta spike the ball.
2-1, and the game will end.
DC off to a 2-0 start. Fort Worth, meanwhile, looking for their first win of the season. Both losses of exactly 3 points. Mexico City going to Buffalo, taking on Queen City in hot city-on-city action. Just kidding, it's cold! It's snowing, in fact. Yeah, we've got an early interception of Queen City in plus territory here. And if you can make out those numbers, you're doing better than I am. Another completion over there. That's over the middle. Goal to go. And handoff up the middle. That is jet 0 at short yardage. 0 makes it a 7-0 game. They're used to being cold in Buffalo, fortunately. Mexico City would answer. Jacob McCall with a long catch and run down to the 7. McCall, one of those players who's just had an outstanding season. Mexico City with 5 wide receivers. McCall still finding a way to stand out. He has no problem keeping his footing in that inclement weather. Very next play, Phoenix Jones, touchdown. We are knotted at 7. Queen City would answer. Throwing a long bomb to Doug Spelling, and Spelling's got a step. He's got 2 steps. He's got a touchdown. Queen City scores. 14-7, Corsairs. Mexico City looking to answer. And it's bobbled and finally intercepted. That's King Jamal. Queen City would take care of business. 33-22, your final. Queen City gets their first win of the season. More crunch time coming up after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Crunch Time. Welcome to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Portland visiting the Storm. O.J. Bruin not off to a great start. Andrew Francis with the interception. Gives Florida the ball back early in the second quarter. In the very next play, Ron Cochran finds Pauly Truth. Pauly Truth gets the Storm into plus territory. And now Bolesky to the right side. Shoot me! He's off to the races inside the, not quite the 10, out to the 11-yard line. It'll be first and 10. Bolesky again. He's got a lane. Spins inside anyway. Who gives a rip? That's a touchdown. Bolesky's first of the affair. Florida's up 17-0. Here's a punt for Portland in their own end zone. Florida will fair catch and start with outstanding field position, almost already at field goal range. Beletsky again, spinning, dodging, scrambling to the pylon, his second touchdown. Florida leading 24-0. They would never look back. 33-21, your final. Beletsky's 2 touchdowns carried the day. All right, now it's time to find out what's sizzling across the SFL, and who better to help us with that than the SFL's official tastemaker, Mike St. Green, wide receiver for London, also the SFL commentator and studio analyst. Mike St. Green, so glad to have you with us, sir.
Hey, what's up, Josh? Glad to be on with you, man. You did a great job opening week. I'm glad to be here for week 2.
Well, I tell you, now that we've got you, we're going to do a lot better. I promise you that. Mike, you're a chef, and putting a football team together, I think, is not unlike putting together a great dinner. So let's ride this analogy till it drops. Let's talk about who's sizzling in the SFL right now. Who's a hot pick for you in terms of players in the SFL?
Well, Josh, I mean, we could go several different routes with this. Bullet Beletsky, he's, of course, off to a great start. He's leading the league in rushing right now. But another guy that I've been watching the first couple of weeks of the season, Scott Johnson, he's definitely sizzling. He's ready to be taken out of the pan and delivered to the customers for them to eat. And great start to the season, 6 touchdowns on the season already. He only had 10 all of last season, 4 in week 2, and he's only 10 yards behind Charlie Beletsky for the league lead.
A delicious start to the SFL season. All right, let's go a little farther down the totem pole. Who needs a little more seasoning, a little more flavor, and maybe actually needs to get sent back to the kitchen? Who would fit that bill?
Oh, wow. Josh. Sprinkle a little salt on these
we
guys,
got the
man.
salt.
We
got the
salt. A little
salt.
salt on these guys. They need a little more seasoning. They need to marinate in that fridge a little longer. Give them another, 24 to 48 hours to marinate in that kitchen, Josh. But for me, it's the Houston Hyenas right now. The offense is struggling. Dave Bird, is his second season. He's coming off of Offensive Rookie of the Year candidate, but he's off to a slow start thus far this season. Only 1 touchdown
On the
pass
phone.
with 6 interceptions. They're replacing Murray over there in the running back core, so maybe that has a little bit to do with that. They're getting used to Brad Jones over there. He's kind of trying to feel his way as a rookie, but they always have DR Sim, but he's pretty much carrying the entire load from the receiving core right now. And Houston, I would like to see a little bit more out of them as the season goes on, but typically DeMond gets his thing going somewhere later in the season, and they'll probably be playoff contenders by the time the season ends.
I think so, and that is a team that likes to compete week after week, and it's a young team too. They will get better as the season goes. And speaking of young, what about some of the fresh ingredients around the SFL? You can't have a dish without some fresh ingredients, Mike. Who do you got for that?
Yeah, Josh, you have to have fresh ingredients to make a great meal, and especially if you're on this health kick or these, one of these vegan dishes that these guys are putting out there these days, all that health stuff that these people are, not fat guys like me that they like, but yeah, one of the freshest ingredients in this league right now is Johnny Reno. He's off to a hot start for Fort Worth. Fort Worth has just come up short in a couple of games. They're 0-2, of course, but Johnny Reno, he's performed great. He came into this league basically ready to be a superstar. 3 years down there in the minor leagues, and he's come in gangbusters thus far. 6 touchdown passes to only 3 interceptions, and he's one of the few quarterbacks right now in the league, Josh, that has a QBR over 110.
And he's been playing fantastic. Fort Worth is bound to get a win here. Both their losses by 3 points. They're on the cusp, but Johnny Reno, a big reason why. What about your secret ingredient, your secret sauce, Mike? Let's wrap it up with that.
Yeah, Josh, you can't do anything in the kitchen without a secret sauce. And this one secret sauce is who's maybe flying under the radar around this league, but he's had a great start to his season. He's over there with the ATC, the Air Traffic Controllers over there in Atlanta. This is Chris Henry. He's gotten off to a blazing start, 4 interceptions on the season. He had 3 in week 1. He also had 16 tackles on the season. He also had one of a big interception to seal the victory for Atlanta last night over Arizona. Great start for Chris Henry, flying under the radar, but he's a secret sauce in that defense that's helping them go.
Mike St. Green, it's nice to see you let your hair down a little bit, get a little kitchen talk in here with you. Fantastic. Look forward to seeing you on Game Day with Cam and later on this show in weeks to come. Thanks so much. Sprinkle that salt. Yes, sir. Fantastic.
All right, thanks, Josh.
Is anybody else hungry, or is it just me? Baltimore, the champs visiting Houston. Dave Burr letting it rip. And Ben Stack of Paper saying, no, sir. Great return on that interception, too. He had 2 on the day. That was number 2 right there. That gives him 4 on the season already. What a start for him. Jack Wigmore finding Mac Chima on the out route. That's good for a first down. And here comes the kick. From 45 yards, the spot is down. Kick is up. It's good. Shark targeting getting it done. Baltimore getting it done. 27-6 your final. More crunch time coming up. Don't go anywhere. Eddie, flashback to season 17, week 11. LA and Vancouver. LA needed to win one of their last 2 games to win the division and get a higher seed in the playoffs. Instead, Vancouver took over the game, and they beat Portland next week. LA lost to San Diego the following week, and they did not win the division. Vancouver did, and LA wound up getting bounced in the first round of the playoffs a little later. Skip forward to the present week, and everybody is back in Vancouver, having another good time. Robert Johnson finding the end zone, Eddie. This is a guy that I think is an outstanding running back that just doesn't get talked about with the elite names in the SFL.
He does not, but he's known to make plays, including the one that made the the SFL top 10 last season, as he bounced about 5 or 6 defenders into the end zone. Very underrated play, as you said.
Tom Pepper, Captain Canada, going deep. That is Rochelle Colston going up, and away. That's her second pick of the evening. Pepper can't believe it. He's livid. How about the season Rochelle Colston's having right now?
Oh, yeah. Her and Kendra Hall went back and forth all game long. They both took turns beating each other one-on-one opportunities, but in the end, Vancouver will take this one.
Ashley Rose Finch coming up with that pick. And Pepper throws. That is David Gears, the rookie. Surprising, Eddie, that a rookie can actually catch a ball in this offense.
Yeah, there's only one football to go around in this offense, but he found a way to come up with a couple of big catches throughout this contest.
James Walters is going to get them down to the 10. Not quite first and goal. Fourth quarter now. And there is Robert Redford again, the natural. Everybody wants to call him the natural, Eddie. I want to call him the Sundance Kid.
Yeah, he had 3 rushing touchdowns on this day.
He sure did. Davius Reed, he had an impressive day also. 8 catches, 81 yards, and a score. And Jack Flash right there. There is some firepower in this LA offense, but for one reason or another, they've had trouble getting it going over the years.
Yeah, in particular versus this LA team. They're in the same division, so they know each other very well. And actually, LA did a great job of containing this offense for the first quarter and a half before they finally got things going.
Vancouver up 27-10. And there is that's Tommy Rahman, the fullback. My goodness. Lunch pail getting it done. LA pulls within 10, 27-17. Here comes Redford again. There's a first down.
Yeah, and actually Vancouver, they ate up about 5 minutes of clock. They got that possession with about 7 minutes left and ate up 5 of them.
Redford again around the right side. And how great is it to have confidence in a running back to get you a first down when you need it? 43-yard field goal is up, and it's good. It's a 13-point game now.
Yeah, and they finally got a kicker this season. He's paying dividends for them.
Absolutely. Terrence Weary making that catch there. In L.A., they've got the firepower to come up here. Chris Lee is the guy I'd be looking for right there, but he's not there. Terrence Weary, a great option.
Yes, he is.
There's Robert Johnson. Oh, and he gets blasted. I love the hitting. Sully Richardson again. Davius Reed. Can he get into the end zone? He does.
Yeah.
And Eddie, the onside kick is no good. Vancouver is going to prevail 30-24. And what I think might be one of the best rivalries in the SFL right now.
It is. They go back and forth with each other ever since they were introduced to this new division. They've been going back and forth. And I look forward to when they rematch in LA, another close contest.
The home team has actually won every single game in that matchup, 8-0. When you are playing in your own digs, another team that's looked really sharp right now is Lone Star. Eddie, what just initially your thoughts on Lone Star's 2-0 start?
I mean, coming out at home against Queen City week 1, impressive. I mean, Queen City came out doing what they do, eating up clock, but they were held to a field goal, and then Lone Star took advantage of those opportunities. I mean, they didn't have the ball long, and especially in that first half. But when they got it, Adam Williams made them pay for it time and time again with deep passes across the middle.
Vin Callia with a leaping grab there, and then what is sizzling in the end zone? That's Mike St. Green coming up with a catch, and we are knotted at 17 here in the third quarter. Johnny Pickler in this pass-happy offense, and you're going to see a lot of that. Another interception. That is Evan Lacey, his second pick in as many weeks.
Yeah, they went back and forth for a while here in that third and fourth quarter.
They sure did. There's Tiberius Bovine coming up with a catch there, and then down the left side, Vin Callia again, and Callia's got a first down. Then the drive would stall out here, and Delaney's going to line up for a 34-yard field goal.
There drilled it.
Money in the bank. Is this a situation now in the SFL in season 18 where you can go without a kicker, Eddie?
No, never. Not for me. They got JT Delaney from Tulsa, and they're happy to have him.
And look at this, Ike McBride, and she has just been an absolute beast in the start of this season, getting inside the 10-yard line, 99 yards on 16 carries. She would finish with an even 100.
That carry went for 62 yards.
And look at her just shouldering people. That is so awesome.
Yeah, her and Adam Williams looked like the season 15 Lone Star Glory players. They were on fire throughout this contest.
And now at the goal line. That is McBride again. That was her second touchdown of the sesh. Lone Star's up 4. And Callie on the first down. And you got to feel good when you have a pass-happy offense and you're trailing. Well, maybe not when you're trailing, but you feel maybe better equipped. Would that be the right way to say it? If you're trailing and Johnny Pickler's your quarterback?
Better equipped because you know you can strike at any time. And actually, Lone Star did a great job trying to eat up clock here in the waning moments of the fourth quarter.
Driving again. I believe that is
Fox Highwind.
That is Fox Highwind. 85. I was looking for Bovine, 89. And there is Tiberius Bovine. You kissed that ball. Get a room, you two.
Yeah, they found him a couple of times throughout that contest.
London would lead by 3, 27-24. Here comes Ace Fennick. And it's picked off. Jack Russell coming up with a pick there. And London's got a chance to get away with this. Remember, they led late in the fourth quarter last week, Eddie.
And this is what all went wrong right here.
Oh, another interception late in the game. This time, Mickey McGuire.
Yeah.
And get another look at it. And this is like a high percentage throw. This is your 5 and out. This is a staple in the SFL. You can't throw a pick on that. Wow, an ugly ball.
Yeah, he actually could have ran for that first down and sealed the game, but instead tried to throw it, and Gunny picked him off.
Lone Star wins 31-27, your final. Eddie Gage, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie, thank you so much. Really enjoyed it.
Anytime.
Coming up, Cherry's picks with rookie defensive lineman Robert Cherry. Game balls and more when we come back.
Hey everybody, I'm Robert Cherry, and this is Cherry's Picks.
How about that? First sack, Robert Cherry, the rookie defensive tackle.
Get to hold on to that foot. Harassed.
Starting off, Jay Mart. He has 31 tackles total. He is tied for the lead in tackles and leads the league in tackle assists. Second on the list here I have Greg Gaines. Created 2 takeaways, 1 interception, and 1 forced fumble against the Charleston Predators. Sad day. Ben Stackenpaper had the 2 big INTs versus Houston and 4 overall, tied for the lead in INTs. Chris Henry is tied for the lead in INTs and has 2 pass defense. These are Cherry's picks.
Time to bring you some SFL game sound where we deliver the original audio from our featured matchup. Sioux Falls visiting St. Louis. Sioux Falls has a 10-7 lead. Ethan Muslin and Justin Reeside on the call.
25 has room to go with the 30. And the 40, 45, 50.
No way.
Go to the 40, 30, 25, 20. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Sioux Falls.
AJ, oh my goodness. Wow, what a run by AJ Levy to take the second half kickoff all the way to the end zone. My goodness. AJ Levy's running like a wild man out there.
That was a 97-yard kick return for a touchdown. Let's see if St. Louis can answer in kind. Kick on the way, going to be taken at about the 10. But out to the 20, 25. Kaufman goes to the left side. He's got room to run. He's on the 45, 50, 45, 40. He's got the Jets running. And it's going to be a return to sender. Touchdown, St. Louis.
Anything, AJ. Oh my. We go.
That is back-to-back.
And after dueling kick return TDs to start the second half, Sioux Falls would add a pair of second-half field goals to get their first win of the season, 23-20, your final out of St. Louis. Carolina still looking for their first win of the season. They're going to San Diego. There's a deflection. Zach Holdorf off the tip from Leon Thunderman. Take another look at it. Thunderman, hands of stone. Zach Holdorf, hands of gold. Skip into the fourth quarter now. This is Jalen Wells dragging defenders into the end zone. Huge touchdown for Wells. San Diego trying to get back into this thing. They're down 2 scores. And this is Heath McDaniel Jr. coming up with a huge catch. He had 7 on the day for 142 yards. San Diego jumps offside. Free play. Doesn't matter. Logan Jack down to the 11. Logan Jack, just an absolute beast. Had 2 touchdowns for his day. Whistle Jones, good from 30 yards. You fist pump. 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions. We'll get San Diego back into this, and that's one good way to start. That's Liam Hammer all the way down to the 19. The instant red zone threat, he hit the century mark. You see the graphic there. You have eyes, you can read. Very nice route. Ball on the outside shoulder. Bit of a surprise there. He is almost off to the races. Mavericks threatening now inside the red zone. It's Hammer again. He's down to the 3. San Diego looking to make a game of this. What an outstanding season Liam Hammer has had so far. Jalen Wells again, his second touchdown. And now it's a 1-score game. Pressure's on Carolina. Despite the fireworks in merriment, San Diego still has a score. Needs a score. The 2-point conversion is good. Liam Hammer becoming a reliable target there. With a 1-score game, San Diego will onside kick. Carolina recovers. And they will attempt to add a score of their own. That is good from 45 yards. Jones making it happen once again. San Diego still has time, but then intercepted by Mark Martin. Take another look at it. Not doing anything special. He's playing a soft zone. Carolina unleashing the dragon here, and that is caught. That is Heath McDaniel Jr. with the catch and run. And just a pretty ball from Matt South. And McDaniel has no one left to catch it. And so now, Carolina would kick it deep. It's an 18-point game. Optimus Climb says, I am not done. Gets out to the 40, the 50, and is finally dragged out of bounds. But in plus territory with 2:19 to play. All kinds of minutes for the Mavericks. That has caught Optimus Klein again. Running the out route. Now Gunnar Lewis up the middle. San Diego will hurry up. Scar Patterson, the rookie, trying to find an open man. Finds Liam Hammer, who is extremely open. And that is a touchdown. And so San Diego will onside kick it again. It would not be successful. 36-25, your final. More crunch time coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Saturday, January 29th on Next Level Sports. The Simulation Football League is back with 4 unbeatens you just can't miss. Football ain't just for men. Kendra Hall leads the league in receiving yards and leads Vancouver into battle against the Kings and receiver Kingston Ellington, whose heroics helped Jacksonville to 2 straight road wins. 2-0 DC faces 2-0 Lone Star in the nightcap. This is the Fans League, where the fans are the stars of the show. Coverage starts at 6 p.m. Eastern, only on Next Level Sports. Game balls. Mike St. Green, week 2. Game balls, lead us off.
Jay Miraculous was injured in this game. I think it was early in the fourth quarter. But Jay Rock, the second season player, came in off the bench, typically plays in nickel situations, had a big pass deflection and a huge interception for Atlanta late in this game of Ashley Jackson and sealed the victory for the Swarm. Jay Rock gets my first game ball.
Jay Rock, congratulations. Good call, Mike. Okay, first one, I'm going to go Bailey O'Shaughnessy. 23 total touches, 121 total yards, and 3 touchdowns, 2 through the air.
He definitely flexed his muscles and said, hey, you guys get on my back. I'm going to take us to victory.
All right, who you got next?
I have to go with Scott Johnson on this one. He barely edges out my honorable mention, Charlie Beletsky, who had a huge game on Monday night. But Scott Johnson, another huge game for Vegas, a huge reason why they have been scoring the points that they have and why they're off to a 1-1 start. They were unfortunate, came up a little short in week 1, but over 180 yards, but 4 touchdowns runs in this game this week. And he's been great the first couple weeks. Scott Johnson off to a great start and another great game this week. He gets my second game ball.
I'm going the Queen City record setter, Judah Dorgan. In the snow, 6 for 6 on field goals. Queen City needed him.
And now Queen City is off tonight. They're 1-1.
That's our game balls for week 2. Back to you, Josh.
Thank you, fellas. We're all out of time here at Crunch Central Station. We leave you with Portland's Hail Mary attempt at the end of the first half. For all of our contributors at Crunch Time, I'm Josh Zirkle. Thanks for watching. We'll have a new show next week. Until then, we'll see you on the internet. Keep on crunching.